Saddam Hussein Abd al-Majid al-Tikriti was an Iraqi politician who served as the fifth president of Iraq from July 16, 1979 until April 9, 2003. A leading member of the revolutionary Arab Socialist Ba'ath Party, and later, the Baghdad-based Ba'ath Party and its regional organization, the Iraqi Ba'ath Party, which espoused Ba'athism. A mix of Arab nationalism and Arab socialism, Saddam played a key role in the 1968 coup that brought the party to power in Iraq. Saddam's brother and father died of cancer before his birth. These deaths made Saddam's mother, Subha Tulfa al-Musallat, so depressed that she attempted to abort her pregnancy and commit suicide. When her son Saddam was born on April 28, 1937 in Auja, a small village near Tikrit, Subha would have nothing to do with him, and Saddam was taken in by an uncle, later in his life. Relatives from his native Tikrit became some of his closest advisors and supporters. Under the guidance of his uncle, he attended a nationalistic high school in Baghdad. After secondary school, Saddam studied at an Iraqi law school for 3 years, dropping out in 1957 at the age of 20 to join the revolutionary Pan-Arab Ba'ath Party, of which his uncle was a supporter. In 1976, Saddam rose to the position of general in the Iraqi armed forces, and rapidly became the strongman of the government. As the ailing, elderly al-Bakr became unable to execute his duties, Saddam took on an increasingly prominent role as the face of the government both internally and externally. He soon became the architect of Iraq's foreign policy and represented the nation in all diplomatic situations. Saddam was notable for using terror against his own people. The Economist described Saddam as one of the last of the 20th century's great dictators, but not the least in terms of egotism or cruelty or morbid will to power. Saddam's regime brought about the deaths of at least 250,000 Iraqis and committed war crimes in Iran, Kuwait, and Saudi Arabia. Human Rights Watch and Amnesty International issued regular reports of widespread imprisonment and torture. Conversely, Saddam used Iraq's oil wealth to develop an extensive patronage system for the regime's supporters, many members of the international community, especially the U.S., continued to view Saddam as a bellicose tyrant who was a threat to the stability of the region. In his January 2002 State of the Union address to Congress, President George W. Bush spoke of an axis of evil consisting of Iran, North Korea, and Iraq. Moreover, Bush announced that he would possibly take action to topple the Iraqi government, because of the threat of its weapons of mass destruction. Bush stated that the Iraqi regime has plotted to develop anthrax, and nerve gas, and nuclear weapons for over a decade. Iraq continues to flaunt its hostility toward America and to support terror. In April 2003, Saddam's whereabouts remained in question during the weeks following the fall of Baghdad and the conclusion of the major fighting of the war. Various sightings of Saddam were reported in the weeks following the war, but none was authenticated. At various times Saddam released audio tapes promoting popular resistance to his ousting. Saddam was placed at the top of the U.S. list of most wanted Iraqis. In July 2003, his sons Uday and Qusay and 14-year-old grandson Mustafa were killed in a 3-hour gunfight with U.S. forces. On December 13, 2003, in Operation Red Dawn, Saddam Hussein was captured by American forces after being found hiding in a hole in the ground near a farmhouse in ad-Dor, near Tikrit. Following his capture, Saddam was transported to a U.S. base near Tikrit, and later taken to the American base near Baghdad. Documents obtained and released by the National Security Archive detail FBI interviews and conversations with Saddam while he was in U.S. custody. On December 14, U.S. Administrator in Iraq Paul Bremer confirmed that Saddam Hussein had indeed been captured at a farmhouse in ad-Dor near Tikrit. Bremer presented video footage of Saddam in custody.
Thank you for watching the life story of Saddam. Please like and subscribe us.